Hey everyone, how you doing? Everybody there, can you guys hear me okay? Let me know in the comments that everything sounds beautifully. We got some stuff to show you today, kind of some new stuff going on at the site, so that's kind of cool. Lots of trucks, lots of trucks. So, pretty excited about that. Just waiting for everybody to get on. And let's see, we got 53 people on right now. That's a real good start. Hello, I'm Melt. How you doing? Let's see. Looking at the comments in here. Sounds good. A couple of hellos from Pen and Machine. Torsten gives me a thumbs up. Gigi, welcome. Sound level's good. Gigi is also the name of one of my dogs, by the way, but it's GIGI, and I'm sure it's your initials. So, just saying. My dog's in here. No. Let's see. What do you guys think about what Javier put in the comments about everyone about Nikola really pushing for the shares? I mean, they're pushing for it because Trevor really trying to burn the place down. But so I think they need to push for it because that's just a bad start to have 10% vote the wrong way on something like this. This was always something that we knew was going to happen. That it was going to be a situation where they're going to need to raise more money. Nothing surprising about that. Mopar says Brian hit 1,000 subs. That is fantastic. He can finally monetize his live channel. But still, you guys tune in tomorrow here for Fast Charging with B&B so that I get all the views. Shareholder voting is just making voices known, says Boaz. Penne says, 2 new big Nikola company test trucks spotted over the weekend, Bear, Cisco and Road 1. Yes, I saw those also. It seems like everyone's doing a little bit of testing right now. I'm not even sure where they got all these trucks from. 40 trucks were made originally for testing and prototyping, and I think those are the ones that they have out there. Remember, those are prototype trucks, so the ones that they would get in an order might be a little bit better. And we got a hello from Germany. Nice. The DR Wave says hello. Gabriella says, hi, Walmart. It's a good partner. I hope that'll come in a big order partnership. Yes. And I think a company like Walmart's going to go with more than one vendor also. I don't think they're just going to stick to one. It doesn't make sense, especially when one of them is a startup. So it's definitely good to spread that around. So we're going to have to see what happens. But don't be surprised if Walmart comes out and says that they're ordering vehicles from many different suppliers. So just what I think. So let's got quite a few people on, 73. That's awesome. Let's start with a recap of the horrible day on the market today. This was pretty bad, as you can see. Let's fix that up. There we go. So that is today. Opened at 580. Previous close of 604. Got up to 597 before it just started nosediving. But the consolation prize is that everyone's chart kind of looks the same. Flipping through all these, we see a lot of similarities. This, again, was not on any Nikola news. It was all based on the market and the market news, which has been very poor with inflation and rates about to be raised, I think, on Wednesday. So, let's see. Sebastian says the market's scared. Agreed. But they're scared of everything. It's not just Nikola. Mopar Den said, everyone is talking full on recession. I hope these companies have their funding secured because if we hit a recession, it could get ugly. I think we're definitely going to hit a recession. Just my opinion. And we got Patrick from Austria. Nice. Let's see, Walmart, we definitely go with several different companies as they already do currently. All right. H2 says, I know many Amazon drivers are owner-operators, but that may change in the future. Switch screens. Oh, I didn't switch screens. Look at that. Okay, there's the chart. There's the Nikola chart, and as you can see, everyone is they all look the same as far as where they were today. Everyone had a very similar chart. Let's see, and we've got a viewer sent me a couple of pictures about some Nikola orders. This was an order from United Kingdom, small order, tank assembly. Not sure what that is. We've got a bill of lading from Polarium for automotive parts weighing 4,700 kilograms, which is about 10,000 pounds. There's 18 pieces in that. It's another one of the tank assemblies, but wanted to share those with you guys. Let's go ahead and get the video started, and then we can chat through it, and we'll look at all the new stuff. And hi from Denmark. Hello from Arizona. Not too far from Coolidge. Let's see, we're going back to, that was our first flyover. January 14th, 2021. Sebastian says, I have a problem to vote, not so easy from overseas. I would call the number that's been put out there. I don't have that number, but try and give that number a call and see if you can vote that way. Deb says Walmart has 10,000 trucks. Diversification is to be expected. Yes. If the vote goes in favor, how much more time will that give them? Well, that depends on when they actually issue the shares and what the how many shares they issue and at what price they issue them at. Because right now is not the time to issue those shares. It's definitely something you would want to hold on to. My theory is that they're going to hold on to the shares and then make some big announcements and then release some of them. As we flew in today, you can see at the solar area right here, there are cars parked underneath them. So that space is now being utilized as the parking lot like it always was intended to. So that's really nice. That probably means the solar is actually up and running, or at least all the wiring is done for it, and they no longer have to block off that area. So all the employee cars that were in the area, in the loading dock area, they are now parking out there. So, and I parked there once when I went for the factory tour. Very, very nice and shady. You want to get there early so you get a shady spot, because as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, there's an overflow parking lot, and they do not have solar panels, so they are baking in the sun. And just, I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to tell you what the temperature right now inside my car is 123 degrees in my Model S. So sitting in the sun, it gets pretty hot. That's actually not too bad. So I'm a little surprised that it's not more than that. See if I can connect to my Model 3 and see what the temperature is there. My Model Y is in the shop, so that's probably in a garage. As you can see, the security building there, and as we were coming around, we can see all those parts. A lot of that is just parts. They're storing them outside right now because lack of space. Some of them are the old frames. We've got the new frames are right here. A little bit hard to see. They're in the shadows. But they've got a pile of frames right there. Probably 6 or 7. And they're getting 6 more delivered right as we're flying over. Sebastian, I don't know what to tell you if you've called the number already. Maybe someone on Nikola will see this and they'll see that people aren't able to vote. There we go. We got 3 right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 frames right there. And we have new posts. These are the posts that it looks like you set up so that people don't run into things. And I know they've used them around the charging stations. So I don't know if they have a whole lot of charging stations coming in or something else. But here comes a truck underneath this cover. They do take that cover off later in the flight. And there's another 6 more frames on that truck right there. And holy cow. I'm going to keep it family friendly. Those are 61 cabs right there. You can do the count. These are rows of 10 going across, and there's 5 rows of 10. There's 9 in this back row, and there's 2 right here. That is 61 cabs. which is awesome. They've got everything that they need right there for 61 trucks, or they've got the cabs for 61 trucks. So the layoffs are starting, huh? Carvana laid off 2,500 people. Maybe they laid them off though because they don't have enough cars to sell. Um, that could be part of the reason. There's limited inventory for everybody, so it makes it difficult to sell. But um, yeah, so anyway, they're storing the cabs outside, which is fine because they're already waterproof. But that also gives us a great idea. We saw last week, we saw 45, and then we saw 41. Now we've got 61. So they're taking these cabs, they're putting them in and making more trucks. And look at that line of trucks up there. We're going to fly over there now. We got Jorge says, hi from Spain, the country where Nikola cabs are manufactured in, I'm not going to ruin that word for you, but or the name of that city, Valladolid. I hope I didn't mess that up too bad. So we counted, I think, 24 trucks right here in this view. We did later see the gray truck driving around, but it's not part of this. So there's actually 25 trucks, I believe, 25 or 26. Someone else can count again, because I'm old. My eyes can't see right. H2 says, in my opinion, Bear, we're headed into a debt deflationary cycle. If I'm right, companies will try to cut costs as much as possible. Buying BEV and FCV vehicles is one way they can do it. Yeah, it's more upfront costs, and you got to get your infrastructure for your company, but it will save them money over the long run. Yeah, I think in the next couple of weeks we're going to start seeing a lot of announcements of layoffs, and that's not going to be good. Not from Nikola, but from other companies. Carvana was one of them. I don't believe Tesla's announcement of layoffs was real. I mean, that's just trimming the people who wanted to not really work, and we know that there's a decent amount of people out there who they want to pretend to work, as Elon Musk said. Thank you, Mopar Den, for the super chat. Mopar said a little something to help cover drone battery charging. I appreciate that. That is very helpful. And there we see two Nikola trays on the Electrify America charging station. I believe that's the Electrify America one. The other one that they're going to put in is probably going to be a tritium, because they've got 4 tritium chargers elsewhere on the site that are hooked up to generators. Some of these are test trucks, like you see the one that says number 12 on it. That's one of the test trucks that's been driving around for a while. We've seen that. The sellable trucks are the ones with the white piece of paper right here. Those are the sellable trucks. Those have VIN numbers on them, and those will get shipped out according to whenever the logistics says that particular truck goes. They could be waiting on payment, they could be waiting on a truck. So there's plenty of reasons why. These last 2 trucks, I'm not sure if these are sellable trucks or not. They don't have papers in the window, but they are there. Then we've got these 2 right here. This guy's working on one of them. Both these trucks have their lights flashing. No idea if they're just test trucks. They probably are, because they have the anything that's a test truck usually has this Nikola badge on the side. That's usually their test trucks. My Tesla weekend is here. Hey, Brian, congratulations on 1,000 subs on your live site. It's about time. I thought it was going to happen a lot sooner. Tyler says, why do you think Nikola hasn't released any news lately? I believe that they are holding off on releasing news until they get their approval from the voters to issue more shares. I think they want to put out good news and then cash in at that time. I don't even know if that's legal. I don't know if that's stock manipulation, but it just seems like the smart way to do it. Javier says, Bear, do you think those trucks that are parked are purchased already, or probably some of them aren't yet? The ones that are sitting there with tags on it, I believe that they are purchased. I can't tell you why they haven't moved out. It's easily could be payment or logistics. Um, reason I think that is because the VIN numbers are not in order. So I don't think these trucks are more or less the same as far as I know. And why sell truck number 1 or truck number 20 and have one sit there? Not that, and I'm not saying that either one of those trucks are there, but I'm saying you sell them as you get them, as you get the orders, and you wouldn't be skipping around numbers. But there is definitely not a consistent line of numbers there. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's sporadic numbers are there. Out in the field here, there's a lot of work going on over here. They're doing some trench work. What this is for exactly, I couldn't tell you, but I know that they have to put in drainage around this entire track. I don't know if there's going to be lights. I don't know if there's going to be guardrails. I know that the road is going to be it's going to be banked on the turns, so it's going to be a very very decent sized track. What is inside the concrete fence by the water tower that is more important than the water tower? I'm not sure what you mean. Let's go take a look back at that. Let's see. Okay, we've got these 2 cisterns, generator right here. This is storage for some blocks that haven't been used yet. I think there's another generator underneath this tent right here. Why this is fenced off and this isn't, I don't know. I think that there is definitely some future plans for right here that may or may not require this wall. And here's another generator right here, and I believe that's a generator, and this is electrical stuff right here. So I don't know why that is more important, why that is fenced off. Let's see. Sarah, spotted my first Tre BEV this week. Where did you see it at? Does the field belong to Nikola? This whole area that I'm looking at right now is Nikola's. I'll go pause it real quick. This is the border right here. There's actually a canal right there, a water canal. So that's the north end of the property, and that's where the property line is. There's actually a fence down here. It's hard to see. It's a chain link fence, but it is right down here, and that is the edge of the property. Let me see if we get a look at it. If I spot it, I'll stop and zoom in. There it is, right here. That's the property line, or at least that's pretty close to it. This fence runs the entire perimeter of the site. And we'll go back. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Bear for doing this. Without you, most of us would be in the dark in regards to building updates. Yes, well, that's kind of why we did it, so that everyone would be able to see what was going on. I'm a kind of guy that always roots for the underdog, and when we first started doing this, they were the underdog with everything that was going on, and I wanted to see if they're going to be putting out what they said they're going to be putting out. So it was, let's go out there and let's see if this is real or not. As you can see, going through here, you can see where the track continues. It's going to go through these existing ones. They have a plan to leave this track open until everything else is ready, and then at some point they're going to do kind of like a couple days handoff and shut it down for a couple days so they won't be able to test, but then they'll get everything completed. It says, not sure why it won't let me go to 10. Wasn't trying to short your penny. I didn't even think about it, but I appreciate all the support that anyone wants to give us, and I appreciate what you did, Det. All right, so here's some of our interesting stuff. We're going to pause it over here and yap about it. We weren't able to see this while we were flying, but here we have a grader or a scraper of some sort doing some work up here. This is where the next bit of work is going to start. This area has already been graded. All they need to do is walk up to it and start digging holes. So that is our new area, and I expect this to be started within the next couple of weeks. Over here, this used to be the storage and staging area for parts, tools, equipment, things like that. They are making a new one. This area right here is going to be the new area for storage for parts and staging. So they're probably going to go right down to here where the edge of the building would be. And then when they, in the next couple of years, when they start the next phase, they'll move the staging area somewhere else. And this area will be already graded and ready to go. So this is coming up real soon right here. You can see they've got all the dirt, or the aggregate, I should say, that they're putting down. And that is well underway. This is needed to get everything else off. And this is going to be done within a couple of days. This gives you another look. As far as the property line, let's see. The property line extends east. If you look up here, property line is further east. So all this is Nikola property. My Tesla is unusually green. Those are desert weeds that are coming up because there hasn't been rain here in months. Those things don't grow on water. They grow on dirt or something. iMelt says hit the like button. It's free. So we got 55 likes. Let's see the 30-second delay. I expect that to be at 75 by the time you get this message. Let's see. Y'all talking about Biden investing in green hydrogen? No, JJ. Anything that the government does, that money's going to get wasted and go to the wrong place. Just like they announced all the level 2 chargers that are going to be 55 kilowatts or 75 kilowatts, which is not what we need. All the charging stations that the government said that they are going to put in are going to be useless. Javier says, about time they started phase 2, right? They are with the delays again. Not sure this one would be completed by January 2023. Javier, I'm not sure that this is actually delayed. Part of phase 2 was that test track up on the north, which you can obviously see is well underway. They're pretty much on schedule still as far as their construction goes. Blue hydrogen is more likely to get investment than green, considering the makeup of the House and Senate. Yeah, I would agree with that, Mr. Brian. Let's see. H says, I was in Eloy last week picking up potatoes. You went to Eloy for potatoes? I'm going to rewind this. Eloy is about 10 feet from the Nikola site because it's right on the other side of the road. If you're pulling out of Nikola, there's a sign that says Nikola or Eli welcome to, or Eloy welcomes Nikola, or something like that. We've put the sign out. We've put a picture of that up a couple times. So since we do have 118 people on, if we've got 118 investors on here, please vote, and vote the way you want to, but vote for them to create more shares. That's what is needed to keep the company running. Are the brown walls here to stay, or will they turn black as others? Which brown walls are we talking about? The security building has like a reddish brown, but I'm not sure which one you're considering the brown. But I think whatever colors you're seeing is permanent except for the white ones. Brian says they're well focused on ramping production. Doesn't feel critical to expand the footprint just yet. 69 likes. Look at that. We went from 55 to 69. All I had to do was ask. Brian, as far as expanding the production, maybe me and you can go over the floor plans and why they need that space and how many jobs per day they can do. I understand that they don't have the supplies to do that amount of jobs, but they need to be ready. They need this new section to change that production line around so that they can do more than 10 trucks per day. And I don't remember off the top of my head, it might have been 40 jobs per day or 60 jobs per day once they get this this other part of the building completed. So it's quite a difference on production. John Sherry says already voted 3 weeks ago. Brian says, what is point two? That's probably the issuing more shares, or the ability to issue more shares. Sebastian says, when is MT's, Trevor TM's, Trevor's trial? Who cares? It matters only in the sense that it's going to have a negative effect on Nikola's stock price no matter what happens. Lockport, they're considering pausing expansion, said they won't utilize it until 2024. They've talked about the next phase after this, about pausing that and whether or not to put a welding station and to go as big as they originally planned. Brian says, yes, without parts it's impossible to ramp. They must think that they're going to be able to get the parts though, because if they're not getting the parts, they have the capacity right now to do 2,000 or 2,500 trucks a year, but they want more capacity and they want to bring it up. So they must believe that they're going to be able to improve their supply issue. Keep capital where it can be best used. Well, that's true, but they have to ramp. I don't know. They've got a plan, and their plan has been going very well since the whole Trevor thing. And then once they got him out, they're on the right track. We don't know exactly what the plan is. Would I expand? I don't know. I don't know all the details of why they are. Dang, they have to solar panels up. Haven't been there, but yes, all the solar panels are up. Any word on hydrogen stations? Have they broken ground on any? We have not heard anything. I think either we're waiting till next quarter earnings to announce all this stuff, or they're going to throw it out there once they get the approval for the shares. JJ, where y'all think the next factor is going? I don't think that they're planning that right now. Like Lucid, who is putting a factory right now in Saudi Arabia, that might be a little bit too soon. They are really trying to ramp up over there. What are the yellow containers? Those are poles to like not run into things that you see around like the charging stations you might see in a gas station. Debt Prez, July 18th, if I'm not mistaken, but it'll just hurt the stock price for a while. I'm not sure which question you're answering. So these are the hydrogen tanks right here. Those are portable hydrogen tanks, Sebastian. Those are the only one that I know of that are on site right now. My Tesla weekend. Brian, no need for another factory. They got plenty of space here. That is true. Let's see. I believe TC Energy is building a hydrogen hub in Canada. Yeah, we would just like to get more information on all that. That'd be good to know. Y'all know mainstream YouTubers will make videos of the trial, though ignoring all the progress. Yes, JJ, that is definitely something that's going to happen. We are going to see that. It's unfortunate, but it's clickbait. Everything is clickbait. Yeah, they want people to just look at their video. They want to see. People are more excited about negative than they are about positive. I believe this pad right here is for a hydrogen stack. Not 100% sure, but I believe that it is. Oh, Nikola tweeted. Let's go take a look. We'll bring that over. Let's see. Okay, my computer is having some issues. Nobody spoil it for me. Don't tell me what Nikola's tweet was. Okay, so Nikola put out a tweet. Is safety your middle name? It looks like they're looking for some sort of safety engineer. Nikola. Anybody looking for a job? That's there's one available here. It's funny how unemployment can be so low, but everything else is in the crapper. Here we go, looking at all the trucks again. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments. Like a lot of factories, the land looked huge before they started using it. It's still quite big, but now we can see why it might not be big enough someday. I think actually for a semi-truck manufacturer, this might be what they need for a long time. And they're still going to have plenty of room on that site. That site was, I think, 440 acres, something like that. It's around that. That's almost a square mile. Bear, is it Lucid going to build a factory outside Atlanta? I don't believe so. That is not what I've heard. I think Rivian is. So, but Georgia is playing hardball and doing whatever they can to get these auto manufacturers in here. See, Saudi Arabia plans on producing blue hydrogen and green hydrogen. They said they want to be the leading producer of blue hydrogen. Yeah, and then they'd still be the leader in energy manufacturing. Let's see. Not sure how easy it is to ship hydrogen. It's very difficult to keep in storage due to the small atom size. That's what they say. They said they got a really small atom. Sounds like a personal issue. Let's see. In the future, they can build an in-house train hub for deliveries. The railroad is not too far. The railroad is actually connected to the site, so they can easily put a spur on there and ship trucks out on the train. So I think that would be a great addition for them in the future. Lots of new tires were also delivered. When will the first trays and other colors will appear? It's a good question. They do have a paint shop. I don't think it's a very high priority right now. DS says hi. Hello. The battery packs are actually in the frame. There's 9 of them, and when you look at here, let's go back on this video. I'll show you exactly where they are. There we go. That's a great picture. There's 9 of them. They're square. They fit in right here. They are underneath these metal plates right here. That's where I saw them drop in the batteries with an overhead crane. So just sharing that. They need some zip ties right here. Big zip ties. What railroad is the one on site? Let's see if I can show you where the railroad is. See if we can find a picture of it. This is probably the best right here. We'll pause it. Railroad is right here. I don't remember if it's Southern Pacific or another one, but let's see here. Here's the fence line right here. Then here's the railroad. So a spur is definitely not out of the question at all. Definitely plausible. Did you find out the weight of each module? God, I was given so much information. Not of each module, but they look pretty heavy. I'll tell you that. They were very well. You saw how they were basically the shape of each one of those squares on that truck. So, and then they were probably I'm gonna say 2.5 feet deep, maybe 2 to 2.5 feet deep. JJ, wait, y'all know that Electrek says that there was a hiring freeze. Yeah, you can see that the parking lot up front was not big enough for how many employees they have, and they had to make an overflow parking lot. That overflow parking lot is temporary, but it was put in specifically for the employees because they knew they didn't have enough parking spots. Trenner says, easy work to do a track-in. Yes, I agree. So you can see the dynamometer building, the dyno building. It looks like they've got the AC stuff all set up here. It looks all connected right now. They do have doors open still, so I don't know if the AC is actually running, but they did get some more work done. They've got some of the ground painted. You can see the newer asphalt that's out here. That's obviously the cleaner stuff. So there's still plenty of work still going on. Batteries are probably heavy because in Europe for electric trucks they allow 1 to 2 tons more of weight per truck. Yeah, well, we're back here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a tic-tac-toe board, and with very large batteries. I think I touched one when I was there. I don't remember. Ooh, I touched one. So guys, we're at like 36 minutes now. So if you guys got any questions or anything else you want to throw out, go ahead and put them out because we're going to get ready to depart. Let's see here. Are they installing a second charger there? Yes, JJ. It looks like they were. Here, let me take you back to where that was. We saw it last week. This area right here looks like a second charger. They had dug this entire section up. This was all torn out, just like when they did that one. So it does appear that a second charger will be going in right there. Let's see if we can zoom in and if we can see any. Yeah. Maybe next time. But yeah, I think there's going to be another charger right there. It's right in line with this one. And they trenched out a utility line. Seems to make sense. How hot was it today? The temperature right now is 106. I'm actually surprised it's not hotter. I thought it was going to be a little bit hotter today. It's supposed to get up to 107. Oh, we're peaking. Thursday's 112. Okay. We're probably all going to die out here. Are the cabs still being made in the old Pegaso factory in Spain? We believe that they are. That is, well, I don't know about the factory, but they are being made in Spain, is what we're seeing. Joshua, how many customer deliveries to date? We do not know that. We will not have that probably until the earnings announcement for second quarter. Lily May, just saying hi. Will you be flying over Nikola, Arizona H2 site once known? If we can, and if it's fairly close, we don't want to have to drive 300 miles just to get a shot of that. So we'll see where it ends up being. Jorge seems to think that they're made in that the name of that city that I can't pronounce. I'm not going to do it. Valladolid. Is that right? Did I get that? Yeah, H, you should stop by and say hi. Security will jump you. So expect that. Tomorrow, Brian from My Tesla Weekend, who won't shut up in the chat, but that's okay because it helps my numbers. So keep talking, Brian. Brian and I are doing our next episode of Ask Charging with B&B, and they'll be tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. We'd love to have this kind of turnout there. We've got 111 people on. If we could get that, we'd be very happy. We talk about all things EV, not just Nikola and not just Lucid. We make fun of some of them, and we give credit where credit is due to the others. It's not just a we love Tesla, we love Nikola thing. So please join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. We'd love to have you guys there. I wonder what the vote ratio is looking like. Yeah, I hope it's looking good. So, Arizona time seems to be like living on the equator. Yeah, but it's different though. It's a dry heat, so there's no humidity. So, JJ, any Nikola news? Yeah, they're making progress on their site. So, hey, take a look at this. Look at that. Work getting done. All right. Can I do flyovers like this in Spain? Well, I don't have tickets. I don't have a plane ticket to get to Spain. So, if you need my information or buy me a ticket, I'll check out the laws there. Though Trenner is saying laws are strict. Heard anything from Arcimoto? You know what? My Tesla weekend is the Arcimoto expert. All right. So anyway, Brian and I tomorrow, 4 p.m. You guys need to be there. All of you. I'm counting on you. I want to have more than 10 viewers. Then on Wednesday, we'll be doing a live stream of the Lucid site, which there's been plenty of progress there. We do have a video of the Lucid site coming out later today of today's flyover. And yes, there were more solid roof cars. So still looking for a theory on that if anyone's got one. So we're gonna give this about another minute. But Ray, thanks for voting today. Everyone who is here, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I love the turnout. Again, we'll be doing this next Monday. Hopefully something with the stock market will turn around a little bit, something a little bit more positive. But everyone, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you to all my patrons. I appreciate the support and helping to keep the channel running. We will see you tomorrow. Fast Charging with B&B. Bye-bye.